Welcome to Center Heights Productions. Please hit the likes and subscribe down below in your right hand corner. Thank you very much to my subscribers and followers. Muchly appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Please share it with your friends and family. And if you come across the channel, please don't leave without subscribing. Hitting the likes helps the channel grow as we've built a nice, solid community here. And we do it the long, hard way. But we have a good community that respects one another. So leave your comments, but keep them respectful. We don't accept belligerent replies to anybody. Everybody is entitled to have respect with their comments. They're entitled to their own opinion. So that's what we follow through here. And we take great pride in being the one Habs channel that does not focus on rumor land, which 99.9% of the time the gossip turns out to be garbage. Just like I say, that's, if people want to rope you in to go that route, to have to BS and talk about a bunch of nonsense that didn't happen, then they'll go that route. Not my I don't like that type of crap. I wait till the facts fall and we report on the facts and talk about those things and do reviews. And so, yeah, and also we don't get you here by clickbait. So let's get to it. This was game 2 Saturday night in Carolina, and of course we knew Carolina was going to come back a much better squad, um, and so they did. Anyway, the first period was 1-1. They came out with a quick early goal like they did in game 1, and then they added one in the second period. Montreal tied it up in the third with the goal, and then it went to overtime, and the Canes went ahead of us. Truthfully, I don't know how this game was that close. This was totally on Dobish keeping it that close, because how does the team even manage to be in the game with 5 or 6 shots within 40 minutes? That's just absolutely absurd and unheard of. A disgrace, and this is something Montreal will have to correct if they plan on moving forward. You cannot continue to play like that, not show up. Where were the Habs? I have no idea. It was one a two-man show. It was Dobish and Anderson. Now there were some efforts from others, but again, like I said, when you can't formulate shots, that's a recipe for disaster. So anyway, let's go over the scoring summary. Eric Robertson scores at 2:33 in the first period, assisted by William Carrier and Janowski at 11:11. Josh Anderson ties the thing up with Philip Deneau with a nice shot, being in front of the net, and Caden Gooley got an assist on it. Second period, Nicholas Allers, he was on fire, 17:03, just like Anderson was for us, assisted by Slavin and Chatfield. And then 12:51 in the third period, we got Josh Anderson, assisted by Alexander Carrier and Philip Deneau again. And in overtime, it was Nicholas Ellers, assisted by Janowski and Chatfield. So that was your scoring summary. Okay, let's go. I'd rather do it this way. I could have done it that way. Anyway, this is going to tell you a whole better detail, and this is ridiculous. I don't know how Montreal plans on winning games. How did we even get into overtime? 26 shots to 12. That's just, it's unacceptable. But I am amazed that we do score on the few shots we get. Hits was 46-16 for Carolina. Face-offs 22-20 for Montreal. They had a 52.4 percentile to Carolina's 46 or 47.6. Power play opportunities, Carolina had 3-2. Montreal is going to have to get a little more cautious on their penalties as well. No power play goals, no percentile, no shorthanded goals. Penalties 3-2 for Montreal. Penalty minutes 6-4 for Montreal. Block shots 20-19 for Carolina. Takeaways 7-4 for Carolina. Giveaways 20-16 for Carolina. And that is your stat. And this game was very, like I said, I'm glad that we managed to take this to overtime. And good on Andy getting both goals. He had an exceptional game, and Dovish is what kept us in this game. We had no business being in this game. Montreal was nowhere to be found. Of the effort, this has to change. I'll tell you right now, if Caulfield and Slavkovsky don't get their ass in gear, It's going to be a recipe for disaster because, as I said, I don't care. I'm not one of these fickle fans that just because a guy gets a point or two, that makes his game better. Sorry, Cole Caulfield has not played a great hockey game right through the playoffs. He's had a couple okay moments. What? Because he scored, he was open, and you get Slav and Suzuki feeding him, because that's been his problem. He's waiting for the pass where nobody's around him. But God help you if he's got to go into a corner, because you can, the way he's playing, he's afraid to get hit. That has to change. He needs some Hudson in him. So, and I love Cole, but that has to change. Slavkovsky, same thing. He's a big frame like him. He had a great first game. Uh, and then we get tonight, and it's a disaster. One hand on the stick, get knocked to his ass. uh, Dangerous in his own end. He's got to stop line passing and sending the puck back in his own end. He does that a lot. I despise it, and it usually counts on getting us in trouble. Then we get caught up in our own end and have players tired out, because get the damn puck out, let it out. Don't put it back in your own damn zone. So Slav has to wake up. That frame has to be used, and he's not going to the net. He hasn't gone to the net since the beginning of the Tampa series, and that's why that line's not getting any extra help. That body needs to be in front of the net, just like Anderson's going to the net. You have to put that body, and there's no reason why he should not be using it. Love Slavkovsky too, but it's got to change. I'll give Slav a credit in this sense. He's had a few good games through the playoffs, whereas I haven't seen that from Cole. Like I said, and I don't give a damn if they've scored goals. That's not what it's about. It's just the last game one, he was skating, and you didn't see that so much in game two. I'm talking about Slav here. So that's where his problem comes in. He's got to keep the legs moving and be physical and get into the front of the net, cause havoc, because this goalie can be beat. Montreal can beat this goalie easily if we cause some damn traffic in front of the net. Um, so with that being said, I just I'm amazed that we went to overtime in this. There was no doubt we were going to lose the second game. I had projected it. However, I was quite proud that we only lost by one in overtime. Carolina's got to be a little concerned about that, because with the shots only generated by Montreal uh, being what they were, that's concerning. If I'm Carolina's coach, that tells you, but 12 shots in a game, that's actually pathetic. So if I'm Carolina, I wouldn't be cocky. You should be a little concerned. If I'm Montreal, that's a wake up coach to the coaching staff. There's a few things that got to change. I mentioned the two players that have got to up their game. This team's got. I don't know if Kapanen should be. I would put Galley in at this point. I like Valeno too, but I think Galley's got the nose to create trouble in front of the net, and Anderson can be beat. No Anderson buts, and I think we just need more of that. We got to start going to the net. We weren't going to the net, and no traffic in front of Anderson whatsoever. If you put some traffic, he's not that good of a goaltender. He's good, but he's not great. He does not come up to match Dobish. And if we want this series, those are the things that have to change, and we got to be a little cleaner in our own end. Um, Everybody's got to be on the page. At least we seem to be playing somewhat of a structure. I did not like Strubal's game whatsoever on the defensive side of things. Wasn't impressed. He found he got beat a few times and doesn't win the battles. He gets a shot here and there, but he seems to have a hard time moving bodies for a guy who's supposed to be the Greek god. I'm not seeing it. And I like Struble, but he's just not doing it for me. I haven't been impressed with him since he's been back. With that being said, Caden Gould, he's playing great hockey. Yeah, and Hudson, we know we've been leaning on him hard. I hope he didn't get hurt in that game. That was concerning when I didn't even see that hit initially. I just hope he's okay, because we're in big shit if he's injured. So for us, we better get on our horses and start riding and go crash in the net and keep our feet moving. Cycle that puck in transition, because that's where we can beat them. We're way faster than them. So that we just got to utilize that. But that's what's got to happen. And Montreal plans on winning, because if we keep playing games like we did in game two, Again, that score does not tell the story. 3-2. Oh man, that score should have been way higher. Um, and like I said, for us to only get two, I think we had 2 goals on like 4 shots, 4 or 5 shots. That tells you something. Anderson's not that hard for us to beat. We just got to get to work and get the shots on net, get to the net, and stop trying to be too cute on that first power play unit. Get the puck to the net and get a body in front of the net. So you got to do this the way to create traffic and problems for Anderson. We'll win this thing if they make those adjustments. If they don't, so be it. I'm proud of them with what they've done, but I just like to see the adjustment. Thank you for watching. You see here, Habs go tonight. We'll have another review after tonight's game in Game 3. Game 1 in the first game at home. We'll see how that goes, as Montreal has not been the greatest at home, so I get concerned. So we'll see what happens. You've seen it here at Center Heights Productions, where the puck drops first. Take care. Go Habs, go. Let's get that game 3.